What's up, guys? So this is just a quick update on my physique. Going to the gym nearly every day can get you a little bit, definition, whatnot. I'm not huge by any means. 157 is what I weighed today. Still maintain a little bit of six pack. I'm not huge, but but see, I'm very lean, so I probably look bigger than I am. But I've been working on shoulders, just crazy amounts of shoulder work because of this gimp arm here I have, so I can't really work out the biceps that much, and that's literally one of my favorite parts to work out. So I miss doing bicep work because I'd really like to have some nice big, my arms look thin if you kind of compare them to my shoulders. So I have bigger shoulders, and it gives the illusion that I'm bigger than I am. So it is what it is. So let's just go on to the BMW talk real quick, and the classic cars of Palm Beach. And plus I've been sick for 2 weeks, and I am on amoxicillin right now for what I think is a sinus infection. I was blowing lots of green goo yesterday all day, and I still sound congested if you can hear it in my voice, even though I can still breathe through my nose, and it feels better than it did the last 2 days, I would say. Maybe the amoxicillin's kicking in already. I don't know. It's 500 milligrams, so I'm taking it every 6 to 8 hours, whatever. I'm just taking it as quickly as I can to get rid of this crap. So as far as the BMW goes, I was taking it out the other day. It had a frickin' misfire on cylinder number 6. Well, I mean, thank goodness for that frickin' software tool I have, so I know exactly what, so I could read the code myself. Because that saves you $100. So if you didn't know what it was, now this is the service engine light. This means you need to service the engine. It's weird because it actually went away. So I don't know what that means exactly. Is the coil pack going? Is the spark plug going? Or I hopefully it's on my side and it is not an injector. Some guy said that he think it was a similar thing to his car, but this was of course after he already had swapped the coils and spark plugs. So he went and did that, and then it was still doing it. So let's just hope that mine doesn't do it after this, because if it does, then I really don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I have to buy an injector and have that installed, and I'm not going to get all the injectors and have them all installed. I'm only going to have one injector installed, but then that's going to be more labor. Now, could I have just gotten one? I could buy one injector and have them do it, but I'm not going to do it because I'm hoping one lucky thing can go my way with this car. And that's the problem with buying any used car. It's like, I don't care if you get a pre-purchase inspection or not. Are they going to tear the whole engine apart? No, they look for basic things. Like, they look for, hey, is it leaking oil? Is there rust? Maybe they'll warn you if there's like control arms going bad, stuff like that. Or they'll look under the car. If they don't see anything crazy, like if you're gonna buy a used car in a rust belt, like northern US, of course you're gonna get like a pre-purchase inspection, and they're gonna tell you, well, the whole bottom is rusted, it's junk, don't buy it. But it's different in Florida. In Florida, in a way, it's almost worse because you don't think you need a pre-purchase inspection for most cars, because the damn car looks mint, and people love it. And don't get me wrong, the BMW 135 is a great platform to modify. It's far more fun to modify than the WRX was, because once you start modding this car and getting things working where they should, this car it's ridiculously fast, and the automatic transmission is so solid that it can handle tons of power. Stock for stock, you cannot. There's no way a WRX can equal the power of an N54 or N55 engine. It's just not going to happen. You can go stage 2 WRX and you're still not going to beat a stage 1 if it's running properly. This is what I'm talking about. Mine's not running properly. It doesn't feel as fast. It feels like I'm getting crappy fuel economy. Now I don't know if that's the E30 tune or not. It shouldn't be, but now take this for a grain of salt or whatever it is. But I have a linear throttle map, so it doesn't want to go until you just blast it. But then you run into the problem of that I had the misfire. So now I ordered off of FCP Euro, I think it's called. And luckily they're not in Europe. I thought they were in Europe for a second. But the shipping was very quick. They do offer free shipping, but I wanted it expedited because I just want to get this installed in my car. I don't want to have to worry about misfires, hopefully. Let's just pray that it's not an injector. And that's my issue with classic cars of Palm Beach. They said they checked out the car, and clearly they didn't drive it very much. And in a car, and especially if you're going to be buying a used sports car, you almost want to beat the hell out of it on the test drive. Because if you don't, especially turbos, you're not even into boost. The car, like if you're just driving it around and you're not really getting on the car, like I can drive around town and never really get into boost. It's probably literally a negative boost. And the car is still decently quick. And I tried to get some apps that register the horsepower and stuff like that, but it's not accurate whatsoever. I mean, according to this app, I have 500 horsepower. I mean, it's ridiculous. So it makes no sense. I mean, I was in third gear and I just gunned it on the highway, and the damn app's reading like 600 horsepower. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, so I'm like, well, this app's useless. I believe it was Torque Light as well, so it got good ratings, but I don't see how it got good ratings. It just makes no sense. I don't know if the MAP is working. I don't know what's working. Your numbers are flying all over the place, and I don't know what's what. They give you a G rating even, like, you know, laterals, but it's all pretty much pointless because I think the true app to buy is the one that's connected to the tune, but that's expensive. It's like $79, and it has to be hooked up via the cord. There's no there is a way to, there's an adapter you can get to Bluetooth it, but I just didn't. I got like a $10 one that connects to the Android apps and stuff like that. So anyways, but going back to, this is my final review on classic cars of Palm Beach in Tequesta, Florida. I can't really say I could fully recommend them based on this purchase. There's just no way. They helped me out as much as they could, probably more than some other dealers would even do. So I give them credit for that. When I told them my charge pipe was cracked, I would have given them an A+ if they would have paid for the part at least, or paid for the labor in full. And they almost did pay for the labor in full, but they basically they wrote me a $200 check, but the repair cost was $700 and some. So it was a ding, and this was pre-existing. I didn't crack this charge pipe, guys. This came from the car. It just slipped off. Like, it literally came off the car. The charge pipe didn't literally come off entirely, but the one end slipped off during a mini pull that I was doing. And honestly, prior to that, the car sounded better. I don't know why. The car sounds quieter now for some reason. I really, that's baffling me. That's why I think some spark plugs are not giving me full performance, or the coils are not quite giving me the juice I want. Or it's the E30 tune. I don't know. I might go back to the 93 after I get these coils and plugs swapped. I'm going to drive it and I'm going to push it, and I'm going to see what happens. And if I don't like the way it's driving, then unfortunately I wasted money getting the E85 tunes. in order to actually run full blown like E50, you have to get a special something or another, a fuel pump and all that. And I'm not doing all that stuff. No way. Not the way the car's been. You know, I have not had good luck with the car. So as far as driving around, the shocks that I put in are better, way better than the ones that whatever comes from the dealer. You know, they did not hold up after 46,000 miles. They were trashed. So it handles bumps great. It drives, I would say that it drives more luxury-like than sport, except when you really start to push it, it does stiffen up. So it's a hard thing to say. Like it definitely doesn't ride stiff like the WRX did at all times. But it handles bumps better than the WRX for 100%. Like, I mean, if you're cruising down the highway, it's you know, it's an excellent ride. It's crazy. And then say you take a turn really tight, you really don't feel body roll. So it's sort of the best of both worlds. The only thing is that it's stock springs. So if I really fully wanted to enjoy the car, I'd probably have to upgrade the springs, which I'm not going to do because it's already been aligned and all that. I'm not going to deal with it. And the tire wear appears to be perfectly fine right at the moment at least. So that's the update. The coil packs and spark plugs are coming tomorrow, and I'm gonna get them installed either I can't say Friday or I don't even know about this weekend. I mean, I'd love to go Friday, except usually the guys are really busy Fridays for whatever reason, and I don't think it'll take that long. I just have to work it out with them to see if they have the time to fit me in like right that second. I'm not going to wait around for other cars to be worked on. I'll just go home in that case. I definitely know a guy that lives sort of in the area. I know two people that could do it, but one guy lives closer, so I'll ask him like what days he actually has off. And then I'm gonna update you guys on that. And then once I get the coils, I wish I had they threw away my camera mount in the WRX. Otherwise, I'd be filming stuff. I'd be telling you, hey, this car's misfiring. Oh, one thing to notice, guys, when the service engine light comes on soon and it is a misfire, holy crap, the car runs terrible. I don't even know how it comes back to working normally because I thought that's it. I thought that this is it. I said, this car is running horrible. Like, there's no way you can't drive it like that. See, when it was in GIMP mode, is what it's doing is it means, it's weird, something very serious is wrong in GIMP mode, but yet you could still drive it. So it's like, it took away the turbo, and it was slow as balls, but it would still drive perfectly fine. So that led to me believe the engine's bulletproof, it's fine. But that's not the case. Obviously I had a misfire, and then if you have a misfire, it doesn't go into limp mode, but it drives like garbage. And I'm talking about like it's sputtering, it's puttering. It basically makes noise like obviously it's like one of the cylinders. It's still moving with the engine, but it's not getting sparks, so it's not getting thrown down. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm no mechanic, but that's what it sounds like. So, but then literally 2 minutes later, the car's running back to normal. It made no sense. So, but it just leads you to believe that you just don't have the trust in the vehicle at that point. So, I just went ahead. I said, fuck it. I'm ordering this shit. I'm gonna get it installed, at least to rule out a coil and a spark plug. Rule those out completely. And I'll keep you guys updated. So that's that. Hope you enjoyed the video, and what else? That's it. I'm gonna take my antibiotic at 3 in the morning, and then I might actually work out tonight at 5 a.m. Depending on how my head feels. I have more energy right now than I did earlier. I literally slept all day. Like, I slept from 7 in the morning to like, I woke up early. Like, I only got like 4 hours of sleep. But I stayed up, went and got my medication, took it, and then went back to sleep. And so I just slept all day. I was exhausted. Like, the infection just wore me out. So I slept all day. Unfortunately, that screws up my schedule, but It needed to be done. I needed to sleep. I just needed to sleep. Nothing sore. Luckily this tendon here feels better. So usually I've had problems with this. I'm also taking Cissus and iLoad. What iLoad does is you take iLoad with carbs, and then when you go into the gym, it helps shoot all those carbs into your muscles, and it gets you pumped as hell. Like, I actually got a pump on my biceps since I haven't, like, if you ignore a body part for a while, the iLoad actually it was a painful pump actually. Like, my arms hurt so bad that I had to stop working them out. The pump was that bad, and my shoulders got pumped to where, like, it just felt like hard to explain, but like they were so lactic acid feeling, even though it wasn't lactic acid, because it wasn't like they were tired. It's just that I had put so much stress on them that when I went to do legs, they were just resting and they just started burning. So it was crazy. So I was like stretching them, I was bringing them over my head, trying to get blood back into them. So the iLoad is, obviously I think it works. People were asking, one of my workout buddies is like, how did this dude like get so huge? Well, I'm not huge, but you know, he looks like he blew up a little bit. And I was like, well, I take like a crap ton of supplements and I take iLoad, and I just took it, so it's like a new thing. It's not a new supplement, but it was new for me. And then I took some weight gainer that day that actually gave me a huge crash. I ended up falling asleep right after I took it. But then when I got up, I took my pre-workout and went to the gym. And I think it did actually put on some weight. So I don't know. It is what it is, guys. So I never really get to see my body from the back. But this is what it looks like. I really don't focus on specifics because I just go by what doesn't hurt. So one day I may do chest. If you want to know, like, my workout routine is basically I've been lately just killing 2 body parts a day. So I'll kill my chest, and then maybe I'll kill my lats, and then the next day I'll kill my traps, and then maybe legs or more quads or calves or whatever. I don't do more than I try not to do more than 2 body parts a day, so the other ones can heal up and grow. And that's how my shoulders have gotten so big, is because literally, well, one week specifically, my arm was so hurt that I couldn't do anything other than shoulders. So I was just doing shoulders. There's a machine that you can do this, and I was doing, you know, this, and then I was doing the back shoulders, and that's all I was doing. And then of course I was doing incline benching, and that also affects your shoulders. So like my shoulders just got really huge that whole week. And then my chest isn't that big. It's about the same as it's always been. Lats, you know, my lats don't pop really out. Just genetically, I think they're somewhat strong, but my weak link is right here and right here. So you need that in order to pull weight. So I don't have really big lats. So that's the video. If you care what my physique looks like, cool. If you don't, fuck it. I don't really care either. But I do it out of boredom. Peace out.